Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that really tries to cut through all the noise and just give you those essential bits of knowledge you need.
Get you informed, fast.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into something that honestly can feel pretty complicated. Cryptocurrency taxes and portfolio management.
Yeah, it's a big one. Lots of information, lots of confusion out there.
Totally. So our goal here, our mission for this deep dive, is to try and simplify that for you. And we're doing this by looking at an in-depth review of a specific tool called Blockpit, Crypto Tax and Portfolio Solution.
Right.
We're not just going to list features. We want to really unpack it, see what makes it tick, and help you figure out if it might be, the right tool for your crypto journey.
And Blockpit is trying to tackle that challenge we all face, right? Anyway, with crypto, you got maybe simple trades, maybe complex stuff like mining, staking, DeFi.
Oh, yeah, DeFi gets messy.
It does.
Yeah.
And keeping track for taxes and just knowing where you stand. It's tough. Blockbit basically says, hey, we can make that clear. It's aiming to be that shortcut.
Okay, so let's zoom in then. Based on the source material, what is Blockpit at its core? What's its fundamental purpose?
Well, the review paints it as a pretty well-regarded crypto tax calculator and portfolio tracker app. It's pitched as this all-in-one solution.
All in one, okay.
Yeah, trying to simplify the whole thing for investors. And what's interesting, especially if you're listening in Europe, is its recognition there. It's apparently quite involved in actually shaping crypto regulations.
Wait, shaping them, not just following them.
That's what the review suggests, yeah.
Yeah.
And providing very country-specific tax reports because of that involvement.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
How does being involved in shaping the rules actually help a user beyond just, ticking the compliance box?
Well, think about it. If they're involved in the discussions, they likely have a deeper, maybe earlier understanding of where tax laws are heading, right? So instead of just reacting to new rules, their reports might be more nuanced, more tailored to your specific country, maybe even anticipating changes. It could mean more peace of mind, potentially better tax optimization, because it's not just a generic approach.
Like having a bit of an inside track on the regulations.
Kind of, yeah. That's the potential benefit. Suggests a deeper level of expertise, especially for those European countries.
That's a really strong point. Okay, so we know what it is. How does it actually work? What are the key features the source highlighted?
Okay, so the first big one mentioned is the comprehensive portfolio tracking.
Right.
It aims to pull together all your crypto holdings from different exchanges, various wallets, across blockchains into just one single view.
Everything in one place.
Exactly. So you get up-to-date performance info, how your assets are allocated, how individual coins are doing, all using accurate price feeds.
That unification sounds essential, but how deep does it go? Does it really grab everything? Like major exchanges, okay, but what about obscure DeFi stuff?
The source definitely emphasizes its broad integration support. It lists a lot of supported connections.
How does it connect? Safely, I assume.
Yeah, secure methods like APIs, public keys. You can also upload CSV files if needed. The impressive part isn't just the number, it's that focus on minimizing manual entry.
Oh, thank goodness. Anyone who's manually logged transactions knows that pain.
Exactly. Wrestling with spreadsheets across different platforms, this promises to be a huge time saver.
Okay, so it pulls the data, but raw data isn't always helpful. You mentioned automated transaction categorization. How does that work? Does it actually fix common problems like incomplete data?
That's a key piece. Yeah. The system's designed to automatically recognize your transactions, match transfers between your wallets, balance things out, even if some info is missing or spread out.
Ah, like a transfer showing up as a withdrawal here and a deposit there.
Precisely. It tries to intelligently match those up. It's a big deal because it cuts down on that tedious manual fixing you often have to do, especially with, fragmented transaction histories.
Okay, that makes sense. Which leads us straight to the main event for many people, taxes. How does Blockpit handle crypto tax calculation and optimization?
Right, this is core. It's built to generate accurate, compliant tax reports tailored for specific countries. The review mentioned the USA, UK, Germany, Austria, France, Spain, Belgium, and the Netherlands specifically.
So quite a few major ones.
Yeah. And it's not just about spitting out a report. It gives you insights into your unrealized gains and losses.
Ah, so you can see potential tax hits coming.
Exactly. Helps you identify potential tax-saving opportunities. And the higher-level plans, they often include tax loss harvesting features.
Which is basically selling losers to offset gains, right?
You got it. A strategic way to potentially lower your tax bill. And connecting this to the bigger picture, the review highlighted its ability to handle a really wide range of transaction types.
Like what specifically?
Everything from basic mining and staking rewards to crypto lending, margin trading, derivatives, even complex DeFi interactions, interacting with protocols directly.
So it covers most of the ways people actually use crypto these days?
Pretty much, yeah. It seems designed for the modern crypto landscape.
What about NFTs? That's a whole other area. Did the review mention NFT support?
It did. You can apparently track and manage your NFTs, display the images right in the platform, and it tries to give you accurate floor prices.
Tries to. Any caveats there?
Well, a small note from some user reviews mentioned that the image support might be a bit limited for NFTs on chains other than Ethereum. Something to keep in mind if you're heavy into, say, Solana NFTs.
Good to know. Okay, so it handles a lot of complex data. That makes the user experience super important. What did the source say about the interface and customer support?
Generally positive feedback there. The interface is often described as easy for beginners. Pretty intuitive.
That's crucial. Taxes are intimidating enough.
Absolutely. And the reviews also indicated good customer support, which is always reassuring when you hit a snag with software like this.
Definitely. Okay, the big question then. Cost. What's the deal with Blockpit's pricing model?
It's a freemium model. So there's a free version, but then you have in-app purchases for the more advanced stuff.
What do you get for free?
So the free plan gives you the basic portfolio tracking, and you can actually import quite a lot of data, up to 10,000 transactions, just for tracking purposes.
10,000, that's generous.
It is for tracking. But here's the key thing. No tax reports on the free tier. That's a paid feature.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. So for the tax reports, you need the paid plans. How are those structured? What kind of money are we talking?
They're tiered, mostly based on how many transactions you have in a tax year. The review mentioned a newbie plan around, say, $49 for up to 100 transactions.
Okay, for light users.
Right. Then maybe a hodler plan around $99 for up to 1,000 transactions. And then pro tiers, maybe $199 to $299, covering like 3,000 up to 10,000 plus transactions. Those higher tiers often include the advanced features like tax loss harvesting.
Got it. So the more active you are, the more it costs, generally. Can you test it out first?
Yes, absolutely. There's a free trial. It lets you import your transactions, see how Blockpit handles your data, categorizes things, lets you get a feel for it.
But still no final tax report on the trial.
Correct. Same as the free plan, the actual report generation is behind the paywall. But it's a good way to see if it connects to your exchanges and wallets properly before you pay.
Smart. Okay, so we've seen the features, the pricing, but no tool is perfect. Let's weigh things up. What were the main advantages, the pros, that stood out in the review?
Well, a really big one was the highly compliant tax reports. The review stressed this strong focus on specific country rules, even pre-filled forms in some cases, and reports co-developed with KPMG.
KPMG, wow, that adds some serious credibility.
It definitely instills confidence for tax filing, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a major pro.
What else?
The extensive integrations, we talked about that, connecting to lots of exchanges, wallets, blockchains easily. Also, many users apparently find it good for beginners, easy to navigate.
Important for adoption.
For sure. Plus, the robust portfolio tracking for day-to-day monitoring, those tax optimization tools helping you find savings, and again, that strong European focus makes it particularly compelling for users there.
Okay, those are some solid advantages. Now for the other side of the coin, what were the cons, the drawbacks mentioned?
Well, the obvious one is the limited free features. You need to pay for the tax reports. That's pretty standard, but still a drawback if you were hoping for a completely free solution.
Manage expectations there. Anything else?
Some reviews suggested that manual editing of transactions, if you need to fix something, could be a bit less intuitive or maybe more limited compared to some competitors.
Okay. How did it stack up against specific competitors like, say, Coinly? Did the review compare?
It did briefly. The comparison suggested that maybe Blockpit's automatic transaction tagging isn't quite as advanced as Coinly's in some cases, or that it might have fewer really granular tax settings for certain places, like the US specifically.
Interesting. Pricing differences, too.
Some users apparently found Coinly better priced for their specific needs, or noted it had even more integrations. Also, a quick mention of some past migration issues after Blockpit bought another company, Accointing. The review noted these might be resolved now, but it was a past hiccup.
Good to be aware of the history. Any other small glitches?
Just one minor thing reported. An occasional in-app purchase glitch, where the app didn't recognize the subscription immediately, sometimes needing a reinstall. Probably not widespread, but worth noting.
Okay, so putting this all together, the features, the pros, the cons, who is Blockpit really for? Who's the ideal user? based on this deep dive?
Well, it seems really well suited for crypto investors who need those accurate, compliant, country-specific tax reports. That seems to be a major strength.
Especially in Europe, given that focus.
Exactly. Also, anyone looking for that comprehensive tool to track everything in one place, multiple exchanges, wallets, the whole picture.
Makes sense.
And if you're newer to crypto, maybe a bit intimidated by the tax side, its user-friendliness could be a big plus. It aims to simplify things.
So summing it up, investors needing compliant reports, especially Europeans, people wanting unified tracking, and beginners looking for user-friendliness.
That captures it pretty well, based on the source.
Perfect. And the final piece of advice, echoing the review, definitely use that free trial. Import your data, see how it feels, check compatibility with your specific setup before you decide on a paid plan.
Yeah, try before you buy is always smart with these tools.
Absolutely. Well, that brings us towards the end of this deep dive. We've journeyed from the often confusing maze of crypto taxes towards potential clarity with tools like Blockpit. Hopefully, this gave you those key insights you need.
Making informed decisions, that's the goal.
It is, and it really highlights the value of getting this knowledge quickly, but also thoroughly.
And it does leave you with a thought, doesn't it? As digital assets keep evolving, keep integrating more with traditional finance, how will tools like Blockpit change? Will they just be about simplifying past taxes? Or will they actually start empowering us to think more strategically about our financial future in this, increasingly regulated but constantly shifting landscape?
That's a great question to ponder. How do these tools evolve from record keeping to actual strategic financial partners in the digital age? Something for you to think about.